This is JoyKare. Joy, because we want to give the children joy. And care, because we want to give them the appropriate care they deserve. So we are building JoyKare, and we have already started. We have this building right behind me. It is going to be where the children can sleep. We give a room, and we put some boys there or girls with a caretaker. And that's it. They have a home within JoyKare. Behind here is the classroom. When it's all done and the roof is complete, we put back the materials for the boys, and they continue with their beautiful sessions. We have already secured the beds from our friends, which we are going to be using in the houses for the children when they come in with their caretakers. And that there is part of our dream. We are hoping that we will be able to get in more children, care and love for more children. So this year, we'll put more children and another caretaker. And that's the dream of JoyKare. "15 years back, I was one of those mothers waiting to have their firstborn, very excited. And then I go to the hospital and I just couldn't wait to hold my son, my beautiful son. I waited 2 years down the road, and then I knew something was wrong. He just wasn't becoming like all the other little boys around. He didn't seem to grow up. He was not talking on time, he was not crawling on time. There must be something wrong. I started to worry a little bit. Ryan, my son, had something wrong, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where to turn to. Some of the people around me said, he's probably possessed. Others said, he's probably just dense or something like that. But I could not take that. This was my firstborn. I wanted the very best for him. I started to look around to try and get what could possibly be wrong with my little boy. I went to hospitals, but they didn't know what was wrong. The doctor kept telling me everything will be fine. He will finally get through it. And I waited and waited. It looked like I was waiting for forever. I wasn't just going to give up. So I pick myself up and decide I am just going to try and look for information about what's going on with Ryan. I looked around and bam, it hit me. My son had autism. But I was this first-time mother who didn't know what to do with Ryan. How was I going to help my son? I didn't have any information. I didn't have anyone to turn to who had any knowledge about it. Where was I going to go? I started running around the place. I ran to churches to pray for him. It wasn't helping. I ran to the witch doctors because they told me they could help. Nothing was helping. I went to all kinds of doctors to see what was wrong and how could I help him. But I was not getting the help that I needed. So finally, I go to this one place where they helped me to really confirm that Ryan had autism. Because initially, I just discovered it on my own. And then the hunt to look for where to put Ryan began. The schools that were available were way too expensive. I was not going to manage. I tried. I never wanted to give up on my little boy. I tried. But it was so expensive and so difficult to keep getting him to that place every day. I put him into some other places for special needs. But then I thought, he's just growing up. He's not getting the help that he needs. What really hurt was that the environment I was staying in, nobody seemed to understand what was going on with Ryan. One day, as I was looking after my small vegetables around the place where we were staying, my little boy runs off and he goes to the roadside. And I heard someone screaming, "Whose vegetable is this?" I thought, I don't have a vegetable. I have a boy. But then I looked around for my little boy and he wasn't around. I ran to the road to see who was there and what was happening. To my shock, it was Ryan standing right in front of the road with some border guy almost hitting him, right near him, shouting, "Whose vegetable is this?" And Ryan was looking like a deer who was in the spotlight, very lost, didn't know what to do. He wasn't crying, but I could see that he was really, really startled. I could not stop myself. I burst out and cried. What was I going to do about my boy? How about all these people? Where was I going to live with him? I picked up my boy. I explained to the man that my son was not a vegetable. He was just as normal as any other child. I picked up my little boy, went back to the house. I got a piece of cloth and tied it around his leg and tied it to myself because I didn't want him to get hurt. I didn't want him to be called a vegetable, but how was I going to help him? I didn't want to do that myself, but at the moment I thought that was possibly the only way I was going to save my child. That moment hurt so bad that I decided I was going to do everything in my power to help any other child who was in the same predicament as my son. I thought if I was feeling this bad, and I am such a strong woman, there must be other parents who are equally in the same dilemma. So I thought, I need to have a place. I need to have a place for children like this, and I need to have a place where other parents can get knowledge and information and support on how to help their children. But it was just a dream. I don't think I had the ability to do it, much as I really, really wanted to do it. I waited and waited and prayed and hoped that I would be able to achieve this dream. Then one day, this friend of mine, he calls me my lady, I call him my gallant sir, came into my life. And as we were talking, I tell him about my dream. He was helping out other communities, not even where we stay. I tell him about my dream and how I would want a safe place for these children with disabilities, with special needs. And he says, is that really what you want? You want to build that dream? I said, yes. He told me something. He said, small steps at a time. Let's try small steps at a time. Maybe you will get your dream. We got into it. I said, I think I can offer my home. My husband was equally supportive. And we said, we can start those small steps. Let's find a room. Let's put in some things that these children can use. And let's see if we can make a difference in their lives. We started with the small steps. It built on from there. We got some materials for them to use. I got on board someone else, Josephine, who is a lovely, lovely lady. She understood my boys very, very well. And off we went. We started this small place with just friendship, with just a dream. But everybody around me wanted to build this dream together. So when Ryan was in the center by himself, as I was walking around in the village, I met another little boy. His mother completely had no idea how to help him. And I thought, this is it. This is our dream. This is what we want to do. I picked the little boy, found his mother, and told the mother, I can help your boy. Just bring him to my home. And Junior joined the team. When my gallant sir went out to Gulu, he found this lovely young boy whose parents did not know what to do with him. He was more like a dog, in my view, because they were literally throwing food at him. Nobody knew how to help him. Everybody thought, he's probably possessed or has a problem. When he talked to me about this, again I thought, that is the dream we have, helping these children to have a safe place, to be loved. Maybe we can't do much about it, but if we give them love, maybe they will be better. That's how I brought up Ryan. That's what I was willing to share with the others. So Ronald joined the team. It was now a team of 3 beautiful boys. I call them beautiful. They are beautiful in their own way. When Ronald smiles, you think the world will stop. When Ryan is jumping around, you think, that's lovely. So I get my boys in, and then we thought, my friend said, let's take this to another level. Let's get someone else on board to help us. And that's how Jovan joined our team. Jovan is a specialist. He's an occupational therapist, and he was the person who was bringing in the technical support that we were lacking. So we started very small, and as I speak now, we are getting bigger, growing further, and helping more children. We already have another child on board, Isaac. He joined us. Again, his parents didn't know what to do. He was eating everything around, all the grass, all the rubbish, the insects. As I speak right now, he's a much better person. He can look at you. He can communicate with you. Isaac has made tremendous improvement. I started to believe in my dream. I now believe that with all the support that I get from my friends, we can make this place a better place to give those kids a better life. I'd like to show you around. We have been able to build a structure where we think we can actually have a boarding section for this place, but different from what was there. We will make them small homes. We will give these little boys and girls a home within a home. So at JoyKare, it's not a home. It's a place where we love them, where they know they belong. Everybody will have a mother in me, and a mother in somebody else who looks after them. Our purpose is to love them, give them a place they can call their own, and help them to be the best that they can be. I love these boys. They are amazing boys. They make your life different. They have changed our lives tremendously. They have changed the community where we stay. Because when they see me walking around with them, they think, I thought they had a problem. Maybe they don't. When they see my white friends coming in and playing with them and working with us, they think, maybe they are not as bad as we thought. So this place, which we started from a dream in a small way, is helping not only to give the boys and the other children that will come on board a safe, loving place. It's also helping to change the community around and make our lives different. Okay, so this is our classroom, and we are making the roof right now. Then when the roof is done and painted nicely, we are going to put all the materials back in, and the boys will get back to their classroom. So at the moment, everything is out so they can make the roof for us. Beautiful class, you like? No, you don't push your friend.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Welcome to JoyKare. I'm proud to be at JoyKare. I'm proud to be a member of JoyKare, and I'm proud to be a member that helps children with disabilities at JoyKare. My name is Jovan Workaga, an occupational therapist at JoyKare. I've been here for almost a year, and I've been helping children with disability. You may ask yourself how I've been doing it. This is something that requires patience. This is something that requires commitment. This is something that requires passion, whereby no one can tell you how to manage it. But it's you to pick yourself from the world you are in to come to children who have disabilities so that you can help them instead of judging them, instead of considering them to be any animal you call them, but feel them that they are also part of us. They are parents, they are people like us. So you may ask, what are some of the things we do? Here we help children with disabilities to develop independence in their life. That is self-care, whereby in self-care we have feeding, brushing, bathing, dressing, and also in their work. And this work is determined according to the chronicle age of a child, whereby a child, You can't request a child of 5 years to be going to school, be going to fetch water, but you request a child for 5 years to be able to bathe. And if he can bathe, he attend class. Attending class is his work. And if a baby is 2 years, maybe 1 year, his work is to play. So we teach them how to manage their work, also how to manage their lifestyle, that is the leisure, whereby most children with disabilities tend to have their lifetime in form of leisure. But here we structure their leisure, and if you structure their leisure, you combine it with work and you combine it with self-care activities, trust me, they will have an independent life until God calls them. Sorry to say that, but that's how they move. And I remain Jovan, an occupational therapist at JoyKare.